Welcome back to KISH YZ, kicking it in the second half. This is episode 18, Nets versus Lakers, possibly a part two, spinoff of our debate. This is going to be probably mostly about the Nets, and we're probably going to do a little bit of role play. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully you like it. If it's all botched up and it doesn't work out right, then I'm going to blame the other co-host for lack of effort. So it is what it is. We'll see. Leave the comments, good or bad. Let's roll with it. Once again, I am D. I will be playing the role of Kevin Durant in this role play. And back again is my co-host Hugh, who will be playing Steph Curry and not a Los Angeles Laker.
Yes, sir. How's everybody doing tonight?
Yeah, hopefully everybody's doing good. And like I said, we're going to do a role play, and we're going to start this thing off with Kevin Durant. But before we get going, I would like to give a shout out. I have it written down here to Phantom Limb Gamer on Twitter. On Twitch. He is actually on Twitter as well, but I just followed him last night. He was recommended to me by your bud 36. Shout out to him. But yeah, Phantom Limb Gamer. He is a LBK, which is a left below knee amputee. I'm wearing this orange here, which, this is the Knicks colors. I'm just wearing that to support the Limb Loss Awareness Month. So wear orange. And he also encourages you to post pictures, I guess, on Twitter and Instagram with the hashtag AmpStrong, AMP Strong, and follow him on Twitter at GamerLim. And he's also doing a big charity event stream this Friday from 9 p.m. to 9 p.m. Saturday. So like a 24-hour stream for a charity event on Twitch. Like I said, follow him at Phantom Limb Gamer on Twitch. I'll try to leave the description or the information about him in the description as far as his Twitch and Twitter and all that good stuff. And his organization that he is trying to raise money for is at www.limbsforlife.org. Once again, shout out to Phantom Limb Gamer, and thanks for following us on our Twitter account. So Hugh, yeah, let's get into this, bro. Let's get into this. So let me go ahead, represent for the Limb Loss Awareness Month, but straight to business, bro. Straight to business. Let's get into character. Yeah, this is the Brooklyn Nets. What is this? The City Edition? Man, this looks like a bunch of scribbling on it, bro. Man, look at that. Who made this?
It's hard.
How old
bro.
were you when you made this, bro? Like, for real.
Bro,
like,
a kid probably designed it, bro.
Bro, I like the back, though. Can you see it?
A kid probably designed it, bro. You need to do some research
probably
on that.
You in 2000.
What, me?
Anyway,
hard,
let's start it. Huh?
I never thought I'd see you in the Kevin Durant shirt, but I like it.
All right, let's start off with Durant, man. I got a quote here that I saw on Instagram. Bleacher Report posted it. This might be like summed up, but it is his quote. I want to be a great basketball player, not to be chasing some stuff that the humans created in a ring or a gold ball. What do you think about that? What are your thoughts about that quote? Like right now, I'm focusing on not to be chasing some stuff that humans created.
I think it sounds like, to me, it sounds like Kyrie's rubbing off him a little bit. Is what it sounds like to me. Nah, but I mean, I don't know what he's. It confuses me, to be honest. I don't know if he's talking about. Dude, to be honest, I'm at loss for words. I really have no idea where he was going with that. What's your take? You might put something in my head.
Well, let's break it down a little bit because I know you don't have notes on this because we wanted to kind of freestyle this. I want to be a great basketball player. So obviously right there.
I mean, that's obvious.
He wants to be known as, one of the greats, one of the GOATs, and one of them, one of those type of guys in the league, in league history. But how do you get there? What's associated with greatness most of the time? And that's winning titles. So, not to go forward with any more of that quote, he's won 2 rings. So he's won 2 titles. So is that enough to make him a great basketball player, or is he actually still wanting more chips? So we're looking at the rest of the quote, not to be chasing stuff that the humans created in a ring or a gold ball. But you've won 2 chips. And if that doesn't make you a great player, then what else can you do to make yourself a great player outside of winning chips? Your point total, you could be the all-time leading scorer if it wasn't for health. I mean, he's a prolific scorer in the league. But my part of that second part of the quote, my question is, why recruit James Harden?
Is the gold ball, is he talking about a trophy?
Larry O'Brien,
Like the championship
bro.
trophy?
The ball that's on top of the
Oh,
trophy.
yeah. Okay, so
Yeah,
that's what he's referring to with that. Oh, so
yeah,
he's talking
not
about he's not worried about chasing rings
not the
or
Mountain
chasing
Dew
championships.
green 3-point
Okay.
money ball.
No, I didn't mean that. I meant the NBA championship trophy. That's what okay. Okay, that makes more sense for me now. I didn't know that's what he meant, but yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, a ring or the gold ball. So yeah, hand in hand, you get a ring when you win a championship trophy.
So I guess he's implying that, in his opinion, um, titles aren't the only thing that makes a great basketball player a great basketball player.
But he said not to be chasing. So why recruit Harden? You recruited Kyrie and you signed in the offseason in 2019, but why recruit Harden? Yeah, he wasn't
I
happy
mean,
in the situation, but why put the pressure to recruit him if that's not your point? If you want to be great, he made the argument before about when LeBron went to Miami and how that kind of spoiled the league, and he had his own opinions about that. If you want to be great, don't you want to go against players like Harden?
yeah, you would think, and that's why it doesn't really make sense for me. I mean, he went to Golden State and had a super team there and won, and then go to Brooklyn, teamed up with Kyrie, then got Harden there. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I have a hard time believing that. I mean, I feel like his ultimate goal is to win championships. I feel like that's pretty much every player's ultimate goal is to
So
win
let me ask
championships.
you
That's the
this.
reason you do it, in my opinion.
Do you think he's saying this because he feels like he has an easy path to another championship? I mean,
When
you
did
look
he
at the
say this?
roster.
Recently?
Yeah, this is recent.
That don't make sense to
I
me.
don't know
I don't
how
know.
recent, but
I
I
don't
just
know.
saw it pop up on Instagram over the weekend. So it has to be probably since his return, since last week.
I
I
mean,
mean, you think he's saying this in part because he has it so easy, so he's not literally chasing a trophy because whether or not he plays, they still have a great team.
that might be it. Maybe it's, I'm just going to go out there and do my thing and play basketball and not really worry about, not just focus on a championship. I'm just going to go out every game and play the basketball I can and, uplift my team. And if we go to the championship, we go to the championship. That might be what he means. He's not going to just focus on that. I don't know.
For me, this quote becomes more believable if it was a year ago, before the Harden recruitment, when he was injured, and then if he was coming off a return from that injury and just playing basketball, and then whatever happens, no pressure added, just the pressure of, okay, people are wanting to see you perform at a high level. You went to Brooklyn and not the Knicks, bring something there, do something for a reason. But to go out and get Harden and then make this quote down the road that you're not chasing things that humans made. I mean, I understand if you evolve as a person or you mature as a man versus before, when obviously that's what you wanted to do when you left the OKC Thunder and went to join the Golden State Warriors, and obviously he won 2 rings there. But to say that now, after already having 2 rings, and then after already having Kyrie, and then recruiting Harden, and then signing LaMarcus Aldridge and Blake Griffin, I don't get it.
Yeah, it confuses me too. Because I mean, why build a super team if you're not worried about championship? Yeah, it's kind of like what you said. I mean, if you're just worried about being the best basketball player and going head to head, you would think it would just be like your team and you against the world, and you just go out every game and compete with the best people in the league. So yeah, kind of, if that's really how he feels, it's really stumps me why he would come out and try to build this super team. So yeah, I agree with you on that one.
So give it the quote. You giving it a thumbs up or thumbs down? You like it or you don't like it?
No, I don't like it. You can be a great
Okay.
basketball player and chase championships. LeBron is a great basketball player, but he chases championships. I mean, I feel like any player will tell you that's their goal. So to hear him kind of say he's not worried about it, I just get confused. But no, thumbs down. Yeah, I don't really believe it.
I
Don't
give
make
it a
even
thumbs
sense
down
to me.
I give it a thumbs down as well. And if you agree, give us a thumbs up, or even if you disagree, leave a comment in the comment box, and maybe we'll have a discussion on that. And then also, if you like our videos, give us a sub, please. And also, make sure you turn on that notification bell if you do subscribe so you can see our other drops when we do our other videos on our YouTube page. So Hugh, let's go on to let's throw in a little bit of Kyrie into this mix. Kyrie Irving, uh, the headline over the weekend going into the beginning of this week was that he was going to miss Monday's game. Of course, that game was postponed against the Timberwolves, but for it seems like more personal reasons. Back in March, he missed 3 games in a row for personal reasons. Would you see this pattern continuing here?
I mean, do I would hope not. I mean, playoffs are coming up quick, and yeah, as you touched on, and as I've agreed to this point with you, your guys need all the floor time they can get together. Now with Durant back, I mean, I think it would just be beneficial for Kyrie and Durant to play just them two for a little bit before Harden comes back. But hey, one thing I was thinking of, I know it sucks with him missing like this, but the way that trio's been getting injured this year, it might be smart for Kyrie to miss some games because he's been the one guy who ain't really got banged up much, and you really don't want him to go down. So there might be a silver lining to it, but no, I agree with you. Yeah, hopefully it's not a trend. It's been a trend this season. What did I say? It was supposed to be if they would have played today, he would have missed. Would have been the 8th game for personal reasons. I mean, that's how many games are in this season? 72 this year.
Yeah, 72 this year.
Yeah, so I mean
So that's
that's close
10%.
to, yeah, I mean,
10%
that's close to, 10%. That's a lot of games to be missing for personal reasons, not
for
injury,
personal reasons.
not rest, just, yeah. So, I mean, hopefully it's not a trend. I figured
And
when he did it
just
earlier, it'd be done, but
I want to let everybody know out there, mental health is a serious thing, and we have to be aware of that. But we're not sure exactly if that's the case with Kyrie, or if it's just things that he's dealing with the media, or things that he's saying to the media that's getting misconstrued, and it's been thrown back at him, and he's not wanting to handle that pressure or having to explain himself. But Kyrie's kind of more of a what do you want to call it, like a philosophical type of guy, type of
yep.
person. So I think he thinks deeply about things, even when they're his own sayings and they're thrown back at him as far as questioning about it. So yeah, it's definitely an awareness there, with mental health for any individual, not just an athlete. And I'm sure all athletes go through some form of stress or depression. But yeah, we wish him the best when it comes to that. But outside of that, who knows what some of the other personal reasons are? I mean, I'm sure he has his own reasoning and justification for it. But like you said, that might be an interesting concept if the Nets want to, agree to that and impartial, because of we don't want you to get hurt. So, if mentally you're not locked in for the game and you're not able to play at a high level or concentrate on the game, maybe it's best that you be away from the team for a little bit and regather yourself, because we want you healthy physically and mentally healthy as well. So you make a good point there. So it could be a strategic move as well for them to allow him to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
But
I doubt that has anything to
just
do with that. I think it just makes sense.
so just to follow up on my question, the continuation. Do you see this happening at all in the playoffs? Like, could this
No,
be a
no,
possibility?
no. I seriously doubt come playoff time that will even be considered, in my opinion. I mean, unless things are terrible. I mean, unless you, like you said, he has something mental health wise going extremely wrong off the rails. I don't see anything happening like that in the playoffs. Maybe, dude. To be honest, they might have just looked at the schedule and saw Kyrie's like, hey, I need a game off. I got to deal with something. And hey, I see we got Minnesota coming up on Monday. Coach, you mind if I not show up to that game just because it's Minnesota at the bottom of the leaderboard? I mean, it could be something like that. I don't know, but no. I mean, come
I mean,
playoff
it could
time,
be
no.
something
I
like
would
that,
hope
but
not.
don't doubt Minnesota. I mean, yeah, they're at the bottom, but when you're talking about the Brooklyn Nets, it's kind of like how y'all were uh, with the Warriors, winning a bunch of games, and how any team didn't matter their record, they kind of wanted to go at y'all. So, with the Nets getting all the headlines and all the publicity, especially after the trade deadline, some teams just want to go at them regardless of where they're ranked. Karl Anthony Towns could probably eat there a little bit because of their bigs compared to how he plays. Maybe LaMarcus Aldridge can handle him for a bit, but overall, if he can go toe to toe against Embiid, then why not against the Brooklyn Nets? And Anthony Edwards is on a tear trying to win the Rookie of the Year, so I'm sure he wants to catch a body on somebody with a nasty dunk. So yeah, don't sleep on that either. Just because they are the Timberwolves, and it's easy to say that. I mean, I would agree with you as well. Like, hey man, just sit that out. But It would have been interesting to see as far as the outcome of that game, especially if Kevin Durant's on minutes restrictions still.
I'm assuming he is, or he still
Yeah,
would have been.
probably. I mean, that's for the best too, because he's going to need that minutes restriction so he can stay healthy for the playoffs. Especially if you got Kyrie missing time and James Harden is still out, so that's more pressure on him on the court, and he probably needs to take it easy a little bit. But let's get into James Harden. James Harden, I had in my notes I wanted to ask: is James Harden now the heart of the team?
Yeah, that's a
Do you
tough
need me to kind of
question.
explain that? Like
No,
what
I
I
get
mean
what
by
you're
that? Like
saying.
because of Kyrie Irving is missing time, so it's hard for him to be a leader when he's doing some off court stuff and not really being there fully with the team. I mean, I guess he's doing what he can, but overall, the appearance of it is looking like okay. He's got other things going on. He can't be 100% dedicated to the team right now. And Kevin Durant has been committed to the team as far as being there, but it's not a lot of playing time and not a lot of court time for him. But James Harden, he led them to some good victories in his stretch of games there while Kevin Durant was off. Basically right after the big three played their 7 games together. Kyrie and Harden's been playing, but Harden's been doing a lot of the heavy lifting, in my opinion, especially when Kyrie was out, like I said, back in March. And of course, Kevin Durant was hurt and Harden was looking like MVP. He said it himself that he thought he was the MVP of the season. So once again, do you see him as the heart of the team? Is he the quote unquote Draymond Green? Like he doesn't have to be that same type of player, but is that the guy? Is he the key to how far this team makes it in the playoffs as far as keeping everybody on track?
I mean, see, bro, I don't
Has he
think he's
now
the.
become a floor general type of player for this team? Like
Yeah,
a
I will
la
say
Chris
that. I
Paul
will.
for the Phoenix Suns,
Yeah, yeah, I will
LeBron
say that.
James for the Lakers.
Yeah, we've seen how great of a facilitator he's been since coming there. Here's the thing, man. I don't see him as the heart of the team. I still think it's Kevin Durant personally. I think Kevin Durant's the leader of that team. I think I know he's missed a lot of time from injury, and now Harden's missed a little time, but I still think it's Kevin Durant's team. I still think that it's his team pretty much. He put together pretty much the guys he wanted. He got there, but I do think that team will go as far as Harden takes them. And I will say that because here lately, you don't see just one guy on a team making it far. Like they have guys. So like Durant's like, I guess with all these guys playing together, I still see Durant being like the guy, like the go-to guy. I know there's been a lot of questions about that. That's personally how I see it. I just see Durant as a go-to guy, but like I think Harden is an amazing. I don't really want to call him a number two because he's not really a number two. I mean,
I mean,
yeah,
we
he was.
talked about this before, with the Golden State Warriors. Steph Curry was the go-to guy, but Draymond was that driven guy that he was the glue for the team. Who's the glue for this team? I mean, is it still Kevin Durant in your opinion when I rephrase it in that aspect,
I
or
mean,
is
if
it
you word it like that,
James
it
Harden?
probably sounds more like Harden. But like, if I had to go hard of the team, like I would still have to say Durant if it was worded like that. But it like the glue of the team, yeah, because I mean, Harden could do it all. We saw him putting up those triple doubles. I mean, he can rebound, he can score when he wants, he can a great facilitator. I mean, he can do pretty much anything for him. I still think it's Durant's team. Like I said, I still think he's their guy, their go-to guy. If they need a bucket, I still think it's him to go to. But I mean, Harden, yeah. I mean, I think he's a great facilitator for him. I think he's kind of the glue of that team. I think they're only going to go as far as I don't know how to word that. I think he has a big say in how far they're going to go. Because I mean, we all know how great he can play basketball. We all know how all three of these guys how great they can play. But I just think when you put three guys like that together, all of them, like I've touched on many times before, they all have a role. They're not just all going to catch and shoot. They're all just not going to. I mean, they have to be unselfish. It's my big thing, and I think Harden. We've seen how great of a facilitator he's became since going to Brooklyn, and I think he's a big part of that team and their offense. And yeah, so to answer your question, I still think Kevin Durant is the heart of the team, but like the glue and like a floor general, I would have to agree with you and say Harden on that one.
So if Kevin Durant's the heart of the team, let me ask you something, Steph. If I'm the heart of the team, you've seen this before. How did you feel when I was the heart of the team for the Golden State Warriors? You knew I was the best player there.
Well, I mean, that's Uh, are we getting into this now? We doing a role play now?
We're doing the role play right
So
now.
like when I say am I talking about me, Steph Curry, or am I talking about Hugh?
You Steph Curry. I'm Kevin Durant.
All
You want me
right,
to tell you
man.
how I'm going to win?
So like I'm the greatest scorer of all time. And yeah, we lost and got you the next year. And
No,
you're one of
no.
the
I'm the greatest scorer of all time. You're the greatest shooter of all time. Can't
well,
nobody
yeah.
stop me. I'm 7 foot. I got
Yeah, I
weapons
mean,
this year. I got
we was
weapons.
man, you should be happy Clay's out.
I got weapons, bro. Like I said, how I'm going to win this year. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, how about this right here? Look, look, look at this, Hubert. Oh, look, I got Kyrie. I got Harden. I got Blake Griffin. I got DeAndre Jordan. I got LaMarcus Aldridge. You know this right here? That was
AD.
that was that was the heart of the Golden State Warriors
Oh my God.
championship runs there. That's me, Kevin Durant.
I thought we was
This is
tight.
how I'm
I
going to
thought
win.
we was tight.
This is how I'm going. I'm a boss, bro. I'm a boss. Look, you don't know, I am a boss.
Well, my
Look,
question I have for you, why did you leave our super team when we was winning, everything was good, to go do your own thing, but then you just go and make another super team?
man, because people don't be acting right. They don't be giving me love, bro. Look at Michael Rappaport, bro.
Bro, what the you
You
bringing him up
know,
for?
y'all needed me to come in there. LeBron would have won in 2015 if it wasn't for Kyrie getting hurt.
I mean, yeah, you're a great player. That's why, we picked you up. But I mean,
At
if you go
Steph
sit,
Curry. Good luck finding a replacement for KD. Hashtag look for Harrison Barnes in free agency.
uh, um, you done
You
caught me
won
off
with
guard.
him? Is he as good as
Hey,
I am? Will he get you another championship?
hey, we got somebody to
How's
replace
Kelly
you.
Oubre doing over
Well,
there?
his name is Kelly Oubre. Boy plays
Shake
better
him out of
defense.
here.
He plays better defense than you.
Defense? Ain't nobody talking about defense. This is
I
the
mean,
Nets. This is all off, bro. All offense. Ain't nobody talking defense over here. Defense? Bro, ain't nobody talking defense. Tell me one player on the team that when you mention their names, you think of defense on the Brooklyn Nets. Tell me.
0.
Who is that? Who's number 0 on the Brooklyn
No, I
Nets?
mean nobody.
Joe Harris?
Nobody. No,
Joe
Joe
Harris
Harris
gonna
is
play defense?
no. Well, I
It's
mean,
the big
no,
three. We're all scorers. 2 MVPs. I'm gonna make Kyrie look like an MVP. LeBron almost did it.
yeah, yeah. Bro, I don't. I don't know what to say, man. I mean,
Steph
we were a
Curry,
team,
man. At Chef Curry, man, I would tell you to take a seat, but your butt's probably sore.
bro. You missed like half the year from injury. What are you even talking about? Go sit back on the bench.
Bro, we playoff bound, man.
Let Harden
Bro,
run
we're
your team
number
for you,
1,
bro. Let Harden run
sometimes
your
number
team for
2
you
in the
some more.
East.
Let
2
Harden
or
run your
1 in the
team for you.
East.
Go let
Man,
Harden
y'all
run your
about to
team for
play
you.
in. Y'all
Boy,
about to lose your spot in the play in.
you ain't even there's a MVP caliber player on your team now. Guy saying he is the MVP. It's supposed to be your team.
Everybody
You keep
knows when I
hurt over
step on
there.
the court, I'm number 1 option. I'm the number 1 option. I play with LeBron in the All-Star game. He's still passing to me.
I played with LeBron this year in the All-Star game because I wasn't hurt. He
You,
passed it to
you better
me.
be glad I wasn't there.
He passed it to me.
It would have been me, except for I was a
Man,
captain. LeBron got more votes than you, bro. Are you salty now? You salty
I
now?
ain't
You
salty.
sprinkle a little salt, huh?
Man, it'd be different if Clay was playing this year.
Who?
Oh,
Man, you
don't
know what? I ought
even.
to take this
Don't
out
even.
and put Clay in there. I'll take Clay. I'll take Clay from you right now.
Oh, I bet you would.
Oh, I can.
You stingy thing.
You want to go next? Who wants some more? Yo, who
No,
wants some of Debo?
I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, this is over. I'm a slap. Hey, look at me. Hey, you got anything else?
Can I just do a Can I just say something real quick? It's not really
Yeah,
about
say
this.
it.
It's about basketball. I just want to say Jamal Murray just went down hard and had to get like carted off the floor. So yeah, so something to watch out for in Denver there. Prayers to Jamal. Hopefully he's all right.
See, this is what I do. This is what I do. I make it
Take
easy. I make it easy. I make it easy. You think I'm hurt? I'm just resting, bro. I'm just resting, bro. I make it easy. This game ain't fair, man. LeBron's playing Space Jam. I'm playing Thanos, bro. Dude, I got all the power right here, bro. Look, I can put you in my hands. Look at that.
You playing with a toy over there, boy.
Oh yeah? Hey, you wouldn't have those 2 rings without me.
Hey, I just put up 50 on the Denver Nuggets tonight. What you doing? Over there playing 17 minutes a game.
I'm going 6 for 6, bro. 100%.
5 for 5. 5 for
Beat
5.
that.
Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted.
Oh yeah, like I can't get a 6 bucket. You know what it is?
I scored more points than you had that whole game than I did in the first quarter of this game.
Hey, bro, but look, I'm looking long term. I'm gonna score more points in the playoffs than you, because you probably won't
Long
make it.
term? What you
You
mean?
probably won't
Yeah,
make it.
you lucky we ain't got Clay.
Man, you lucky. You lucky that Lonzo Ball's hurt right now, because Zion's on your butt. Y'all ain't gonna make the playoffs. Get my Kawhi Leonard laugh
Kawhi's
going
in here
on.
now. Let's bring him in here. Bring Kawhi in here. Go change jerseys.
Yeah. What do you think happened to the Clippers last year?
That wasn't you.
Nah, I don't want to take credit for that. That was LeBron.
Yeah.
All right, Hugh. That was fun. That was fun.
That was
fun.
interesting.
Let's wrap it up. Like I said, this was the Lakers versus the Nets. So let's finish it with some Laker talk, bro.
Let's do it.
AD and LeBron return. We both saw it. We saw the news. I think the narrative is getting spun around a little bit, because I think you initially told me that 2 weeks for AD and about 3 weeks for LeBron. I didn't really look it up too heavily today, but I think they might be returning around the same time. So I'm not sure if that's towards the 2 week time period or AD is getting pushed back with LeBron towards that 3 week time period. But I did read something about the beginning of the May. If they both made it back by May 2nd, it'd be like two back-to-backs in there. They could get some playing time against the Clippers, the Nuggets, and the Suns, top teams over there in the West. So not saying that they would play all of those games if they're planning on a return in 3 weeks, but they can get some good looks at some decent teams and start getting some rhythm back in the game as far as playing against heavy competition. Win or lose, if you could play against those 3 teams there, at least in the first half or some in the in the second half. If LeBron's on like a 30-minute restriction, if AD's on like a 25-minute restriction at that point, at least that gives you some glimpses, some looks while you're getting your legs under you. What do you think about that, Hugh?
They need him back. That's what I think. They got whooped tonight by the Knicks. It was like 89 to 111 or something like that. So yeah, I mean, they need him back. They need him back.
Of course they need him back. I mean, we talked about they can't slip below that 6th spot, in my opinion. They're still sitting, 5th, I believe. The Trailblazers were up until the day. I'm not sure how that's standing tonight after that loss, but the Trailblazers were 1 game behind them.
Well,
so
for
they still
real,
had
bro,
that little bit of edge, but it's not much. It's 1 game.
Because
If they lose and the Blazers win the next one, then it switches.
One thing too, the Nuggets, I mean, we're 20 seconds away from beating them, the Warriors are. So I mean, yeah, Lakers getting a lot of help last 24 hours.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's huge for them to come back. Yeah, I mean, them 2 coming back, and we're not just coming back, playing and you're just bringing that energy and their talent back on the floor for the Lakers. I mean, that's the difference between a 6 seed and a 4 seed, or I mean, even lower, playing team, a playing seed, or a 5th or 4th seed. So yeah, I think it's huge, and they're coming back honestly earlier than I thought. At least AD. I figured LeBron would be back sometime around the end of the month, maybe, or something like that. But yeah, AD's coming back kind of sooner than I thought. But I mean, maybe they're not hitting the panic button. Maybe they're getting a little antsy down there. They see him sliding a little bit.
I was going to get into my next question. I've seen some reports of people saying that the Lakers are looking kind of vulnerable. What do you think about that? I think they're safe as long as they're outside of that sixth spot.
I
I
mean,
mean,
yeah,
out of
let's.
the 7 or 8 spots. Sorry, anything above 7, basically.
I
But
mean, yeah,
I mean, they're definitely going to need LeBron and AD back if they start slipping. At least LeBron, get a couple games in there. I'm not sure how the rest of the schedule is looking, but there should be some teams that they can hopefully pull off an easier win and stay afloat.
yeah, yeah. I mean, let's be real here. I mean, it's LeBron and AD. We know what they're capable of. But yeah, I think it's very important and too. Not just to get them back, but to get them back still with a few weeks to go in the regular season. Where they don't just come back. Right at playoff time. They start the playoffs rusty. It takes them 2, 3, 4 games to get acclimated again, where there's not on a minutes restriction or anything like that. So yeah, I think it's huge to get them both back with a decent amount of time left in the regular season. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, I mean anywhere really that isn't playing team, 1 through 7 or no, what's playing 1 through 6? Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
anywhere through there, I think they'll be fine. I mean, there's not too many teams in the West that I'd pick them ahead, that I would pick ahead of the Lakers with a healthy AD and a healthy LeBron. But yeah, I mean, with the play-in tournament, you never know what could happen there. So yeah, as long as they stay out of that range, I think they'll be fine. They are vulnerable right now. They're vulnerable. They see them slipping. They winning some games. They're losing more games, but I mean, they are winning some. So I mean, they're not like terribly going downhill. But I mean, they're losing games that they probably would win with LeBron and AD. But yeah, I mean, you don't want to
So
see them
let's summarize
going
the Lakers. What do you see? What do you think of when you see the Lakers right now?
right now.
Yeah. Like what do you see? How do you view the Lakers right now?
A mediocre team.
Mediocre? Oh, mediocrity.
Mediocre,
I,
yeah.
I would say I see potential because, like you're saying, like these guys, they're needing them back, and there's a great chance. Obviously, they'll come back before the end of the regular season. Um, the vulnerability does come in there if AD is not 100% healthy and could risk getting further injury. But outside of that, I see potential, a lot of potential. Like we saw like how they beat the Nets, which that game there was a lot of variables going on there, people missing and people ejected, um, but I do like the dynamic that the Lakers are still doing what they're doing. They're playing Lakers system basketball as far as their role players are concerned and what type of defense they're trying to play. So they're still in that scheme of how the coach wants to run the team. You're just missing your two best pieces in that part of the concept. So, in the scheme of things, that this is looking great for them because they're not having to re-identify themselves. Kind of similar to how, or opposite of what I think about the Nets, how they might have to identify themselves when the big three comes together for the playoffs. Like you need a sole identity. I mean, I joke about the scoring, but if that's the identity, that's the identity. But it's kind of hard to pinpoint one thing specifically. But when the Lakers come back, I think we'll see more of that classic identity, that identity that picked up from last year, and then just seeing how the rotation of the players would work in their system as far as what Coach Frank Vogel would do. But nothing's really changed much outside of just losing those two main guys. So I think my word is still potential because of you're just missing your greater players there. You're missing basically the top 5, top 7 players in the league. I mean, that go a long way when you're talking about a team that's playing the right way.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I know I give the Lakers a lot of hate, but I mean, as soon as LeBron and AD come back, my answer would change back to an elite title team, contending team. But yeah, I mean, I just think without those two guys on the floor, I just think they had potential. Like the game they beat the Nets. I mean, the Nets are a good team, and there was a lot of variables in that game, but yeah, I mean, so they have potential. They can show up, but it's like today they lost. They lost to the Knicks, and like I saw, like even your role guys, your guys you expect to step up when LeBron, AD, those guys are out. Like Montrezl Harrell, I saw today he had 0 points, shot like 0 for 6, 0 for 7, something like that. So it's like guys you need to step up. Like they'll
Right.
step up one game and the dude will have a double double, and then the next game put up a goose egg. So I mean, yeah, I mean there's just a mediocre team. Potential, they do have potential. I do see that a lot of young guys, and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean those guys come back, and I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, set everything straight. So Hugh, I think we just basically wrapped everything up with this podcast. You can thank Kevin Durant's hand here for how things are turning out right now in the league. You could thank him for what's going on with the Warriors, good or bad. So, but yeah, shout out, I guess, to the Brooklyn Nets, the Nets fans. Shout out again to the what I need to look at and make sure I get the phrasing right. Limb Loss Awareness Month. Not sure if people know if anybody that might have experienced that, whether it be a family member or yourself, but just, shout out again to Gamer Limb on Twitter, aka Phantom Limb Gamer on Twitch, and make sure y'all check him out. And yeah, shout out to any of our newcomers, new watchers, new viewers, new followers. Hugh, we got to do a shoes video this week. You got them Kyries ready because we're still on this Brooklyn thing here, bro.
Not yet, but they
No,
will
you're
be.
going to get them ready. It's not even a question anymore. By Wednesday, we're going to have those Kyries on here, clean or bad, dusty, dirty. I don't care. We're going to go Kyrie for Kyrie. You got Kyrie. I got a Kyrie. We'll put them up here, do a dual video. I'm usually doing those by myself. So I know you got some stuff over there, bro. Stop hiding, man. You
Yeah,
got some
hey,
shoes. You creeping up, bro. You stepping up. You got some shoes. You can go in. You got some more. You got some more.
mind if I give a shout out?
Oh, of course not, bro. This is the segment here that we like to give out shout outs to people who appreciate us, because we definitely appreciate y'all. We appreciate the love, we appreciate the followers, we appreciate anybody leaving comments. Man, we even appreciate the thumbs down. I think we've only had one. So I mean, I'm not trying to encourage you to give us a thumbs down, but man, I'll take the criticism. At least somebody's watching and somebody's, paying attention to what we're doing, whether you like it or not. Um, right now we don't have any like trolls out there as far as somebody just watching just to be negative. Don't support negativity in that way, but constructive criticism, sure, why not? We're here to perform for people that are watching as far as entertainment value, but we like doing this. So all of that aside, we're still going to be here and continue grinding, like you say, Hugh.
Yeah, yeah. Well, my shout out, I actually wanted to give it to the guy whose jersey I'm wearing tonight. He had a big game for him. He actually needed 19 points to pass Wilt Chamberlain for the most points in Warriors history. And he did that in the first quarter. He scored 21, 22, 21, I believe, in the first quarter of the night. And yeah, the game just ended, honestly, seconds ago, and he scored 53 tonight. So huge game. And, the Warriors beat the Denver Nuggets. So yeah, you're welcome, Lakers. You're welcome, Trailblazers. You're welcome, those teams, yeah, we still in there. We still in the playoff hunt there. You were counting us out earlier, saying KD was saying we ain't gonna make it. Don't count us out yet, KD. But yeah, so shout out Curry. It's a huge accomplishment. You've won MVPs, you've won titles. You've won about everything you can. So yeah, I mean, when you get a chance to start breaking these kind of records, it's a big deal. So yeah, shout out Curry, and yeah, shout out on a huge game. Like I said, 53 points. I mean, boy's a baller.
Yeah, shout out to Curry. Shout out his fam. I don't want to mention any names, but we know of some of his family members because of our location here on this coast. So yeah, shout out to his family. Um, maybe you'll get a surprise, or maybe we'll get a surprise. Maybe we can have some contact with Curry. You never know, bro. I mean, you're a
Oh
huge
boy.
fan, so represent there. I would like to give a shout out, since you're doing Curry. I would like to give a shout out to Curry as well, Seth Curry, because they're tearing it up over there on the Eastern Conference in Philly there with the #1 seed in the East, and the guy went to Duke. Big shout out there, bro. Big shout out. So
I feel you. So, we appreciate all you guys watching the video. Yeah, we've been knocking these things out daily lately. We've been grinding, as you said, D. But yeah, so like D said, we appreciate all the support, all the views, all the subs, all the likes. So yeah, y'all keep watching. Leave in the comments if you got anything specific you want us to do. If you like the video, give me a sub. No tomatoes.
he doesn't like the veggies, bro. Don't like the veggies. So yeah, thank you again for watching and kicking in the second half. This has been KISH YZ. Catch us on our YouTube under KISH YZ. Catch us on Twitter and Instagram under KISH_YZ, KISH_YZ, and catch us on Anchor.fm, Google Podcasts, Pocket Cast, and Spotify. if you want the audio only versions of our podcast. And then, of course, we also, going back to YouTube, we put other sources of material out there, aka the shoes, which we don't do the audio onlys of. So, Hugh, we got to get you in there, bro.
Sounds good.
All right, this is kind of
I'll do
awkward,
it.
so we're going to end it right here. Let me see if I can do peace and love with this. It's weird with this hand, but peace and love.